Hello students, hope you all are doing good. The next chapter that we are going to start in your syllabus is heat. Okay, now what is heat actually? Heat is you might have learnt in your lower classes that heat is a form of energy. It always flows from hot bodies to cold bodies. That means heat has capacity to do some work. Okay, heat is the energy which flows from hot bodies to cool bodies. To understand the difference between heat and temperature, let us do some small activities. In your first activity, what you do is take a wooden piece and take a iron piece, take a metal piece and put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes. Put it in the fridge for about 15 minutes, then take them out, touch both pieces. Okay, touch wooden piece and a metal piece. You find that metal piece is cooler than the wooden piece. That is because when you are touching the metal piece, more amount of heat energy is flowing away from your body and it is getting transferred to the metal piece. And when you are taking the wooden piece, less amount of heat energy is going to get transferred from your body to the wooden piece. That is the reason why you are feeling metal piece has more cool, whereas wooden piece is less cooler. Okay, because of less transfer of heat energy from your body to the wooden piece and more transfer of heat energy from your body to the metal piece, it is cooler than the wooden piece. So that's the reason behind this. Next you have some concept called, so here the degree of hotness or coolness of a body, the degree of hotness or coolness of a body is called temperature. Okay, wooden piece is less cooler and metal piece is more cooler. So how much cool it is or how much hot it is, that is told by the temperature. So what is temperature? The degree of hotness or coolness of a body is called its temperature. Now let us discuss one more activity. The next concept is thermal equilibrium. Whenever two bodies are in contact, are in thermal contact, what happens is heat energy from one body flows into the other body till both attain same temperature. Okay, for example, let us say you have a cup of hot milk in which you have dipped a spoon. Now what happens is the hotness from the milk, it flows through to the spoon till both the temperature of the spoon and temperature of the milk becomes equal, the flow will continue. Okay, once it flows, once the temperature becomes equal, it stops flowing, the heat energy stops flowing. At this stage you can say that the spoon and the milk have attained thermal equilibrium. Okay, so that is about thermal equilibrium. At this point you measure the temperature. It is at thermal equilibrium you measure the temperature. So sometimes whenever you are not feeling too hot or too cool, you can say that your body is in thermal equilibrium with the surroundings. Or if the furniture in a room and the air in the room are at same temperature, you call them that the furniture as well as the air in the room are at thermal equilibrium. So that is about thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium is a state where two bodies which are in contact attain same temperature after the heat transfer. Okay, so that is about the thermal equilibrium. Next let us do a small activity to understand heat. Now for this you take two beakers or two boiling tubes. In one you take hot water, in other one you take cold water. Now place the thermometer in both. Place the thermometer so here what happens is, in hot water the level of mercury rises, okay. In the cold water the level of, if you are keeping the same thing in the cold water, you will see that the level of the mercury comes down. So what is happening here is, when you are keeping the thermometer in the hot water, the heat energy from the hot water is getting transferred to the mercury and the level of the mercury is increasing. Whereas in cold water, the heat energy from mercury is getting transferred to cold water, therefore the level of the mercury is decreasing. At some point of time, you will see that the level of mercury does not change, it comes to a stop. So it comes to a stop at the position of the thermal equilibrium. Whenever the temperature of both cold water and mercury is same, the mercury level stops at certain point. So at this point we note down the temperature. So doctor also, when he is testing you for the fever, he keeps the thermometer under your tongue till the mercury level stops, okay. So when the mercury level stops, then he observes the temperature, okay. Now so from this activity you can understand what is heat. Heat is a form of energy which is in transit. It always flows from hotter bodies to cooler bodies or from hot bodies to cool bodies. So that is about the thermal equilibrium. Now let us take three systems A, B and C. Let us say both A and B are in thermal equilibrium with system C. Then A, B, C. A is in thermal equilibrium with B as well as C, whereas B is in thermal equilibrium with A and with C, and C is thermal equilibrium with both A and B. So whenever two systems are in thermal equilibrium with the third system, then all of the three systems are in thermal equilibrium with each other, okay. The unit for the CGS unit for heat is calorie. The MKS unit for heat is joules, okay, and CGS unit for temperature is degrees Celsius and MKS unit is Kelvin. When you express a temperature in Kelvin, it is called absolute temperature, because you will not get any negative sign. Whenever you are expressing the temperature in Kelvin, that is called absolute temperature. Now what is this calorie? Calorie is nothing but, if you want to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree centigrade, then the heat energy that is supplied by you, the heat energy that you have to supply, that is equal to 1 calorie. That is, if you want to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree, then the heat energy supplied by you is 1 calorie. So that is about calorie. That is about today's class, children. We shall continue in the next class.